my sister, my professor, hello. And to all of your students, greetings from West Africa. My name is Sergeant Lawrence Kwame Tutterman Jr. I'm an educator, a combat veteran, a championship basketball coach, and now a farmer located in Liberia, here in West Africa, the motherland. Today I'm here to talk to you about the challenges and the positives that we have when it comes to facing and integrating technology here in Liberia. So let's get into it. Your first question was, how did you use technology to break barriers? For me, I was able to utilize technology to break the barriers of understanding and learning more about my Liberian heritage. I'm first generation born and raised in the United States of America. Although I can trace my family's history back to Liberia, the only thing that I knew about our culture was what was presented and preserved by our family right there in the United States of America. So when I made the decision to relocate my life from California back to Liberia, I relied heavily on different technology platforms in order to learn more about Liberia and connect with people in order to get a better understanding of what was actually going on versus what is shown to us in the media. This allowed me not only to build relationships with people while we were across the entire ocean, but it also allowed me to speed up my learning curve and be able to operate in a more efficient manner once I actually put boots on the ground. Your next question was, what are some challenges you face trying to overcome barriers within technology? That, my friend, is a great question. I would definitely say the cost of data and the consistency of the internet. Growing up in America, we had internet and Wi-Fi literally everywhere. You could just go to a McDonald's and connect to their Wi-Fi and boom, you have access to the entire world. But here in Liberia, we literally pay $1 per every gigabyte that we use. When I was in America, I didn't even know how many gigabytes I consumed per month. But now I have to be very intentional about how I utilize the internet so that I can save as much money as I can, because if you count that up, after being on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Netflix, that's a really big bill. And on top of that, the consistency isn't all that great. We're still a developing nation, so the towers that we have are not necessarily strong enough to support all of the people that we have living here in the city, which happens to be a great portion of the entire country's population. So when you go out into the rural areas, you would think you have better service, but there's not as many towers. So that means that access to technology gets limited the farther away you get from the city, and that makes it challenging to really spread information and make sure that everybody's up to date about what's going on in our day-to-day lives and the country's well-being overall. Most people utilize the radio in order to understand what's going on day-to-day within the country. But with access to smartphones, we're able to utilize technology platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter to keep people up to date. Okay, so your next question was, how did technology play a role in overcoming those barriers? Aside from radio, the main avenue of communication is Facebook. Not websites, not email, Facebook. So when I came to Liberia and I was really trying to get the message out there that I was running a career certification program where students were able to learn more about project management, data analytics, front-end and back-end development, digital marketing and e-commerce, it was really expensive if I wanted to go on the radio and really get that message out there to everybody. And so luckily, by working with Google, I was able to get a $10,000 grant, and each month online, we're able to spend that money on marketing. And so knowing that everybody is on Facebook and other technology platforms, social media platforms, I was able to really just make ads or videos and really push that information out to people utilizing technology. And it gave us even more of a reach. So it benefited us in the long run. And I was really happy that, I was able to utilize technology to make that impact within my community. The next question was, how can we utilize technology to advance our knowledge? So this is probably one of the favorite questions that I get to answer because I received my master's in career and technical studies from the School of Engineering Technology at Virginia State University. Long title, I know. But in this era that we're growing up in right now, anything can be learned online. Unfortunately for us here in Liberia, we don't have access to all of the quality educational institutions that one may have access to there in California. For me, being a steward of education, I utilize the University of YouTube for literally everything. Whether it's teaching myself how to plant new crops or how to do plumbing in my house, or for students to learn more about the particular subject that they're studying in school. There's not always the need to travel to another country in order to get a better education. Sometimes you can simply put in a YouTube search and you're able to find those same professors online imparting their knowledge from them to you for free. So one thing that I would tell any student that already knows what they want to get into is to utilize YouTube to learn as much as you can about your craft. So when you're finally sitting inside of that classroom or that training institute, you're already 10 light years ahead of your colleagues and you're ready to show that you take this serious and that you're going to be the best in that field. The next question was, in what ways did I utilize technology? I utilize technology in literally everything that I do. It's a part of my daily life. In order to get tasks done faster and more efficiently, I utilize technology. In order to communicate, I utilize technology. In order to learn, I utilize technology. As we move forward in this new era of technology, it's very, very important that we learn all that we can about how to utilize these different tools in order to make our lives and our work more efficient. Learning is easier and more available now than it has ever been in history. And that's all thanks to technology. So when it comes to you and how you can utilize technology to best make your lives easier, I would leave you with this. Find one thing that you want to be very, very good at. The one thing that you want to utilize in order to change the world. And utilize technology to learn any and everything that you can about it. Become the best at that one thing. And if you're able to teach other people how to do that one thing, you've now utilized technology to make a living for the rest of your life. I hope I was able to answer your questions. And if you would like to learn more, or if you have more questions for me, just send me over some more questions and I will happily answer those for you. I hope I get the chance to actually talk to you guys live one day, if technology in this country is working correct. But until then, peace from the motherland.